What is up, YouTube fam? Really quick, I wanted you guys to see in this opening clip how we've had to live for the past 8 months. Blessed to have a roof over our heads. So many people have it a lot worse, but this is how it's been. I've slept on that couch and she has slept on that air mattress because that air mattress was very uncomfortable for me. But this is a room in her aunt's house that she was gracious enough to allow us to occupy for a little while. And it's important to me to document this because this is not going to be life always. Very soon, I feel it, things are going to get way better for us. And when we get where we're going, we are going to look back at this and thank God for how far we have come. So this is a reminder to never stop. Doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you finish.
YouTube, what's going on? Good evening. Well, it's evening right now. It's 5:24. But this is just a quick insert. I want to show you guys how things are going right now and kind of quickly just talk about a new change. Well, it's not really a new change. It's something that's been, well, no, it kind of is a new change. We're in a new place. This is not our place right now. This is another Airbnb. As I say all the time, one of my goals here is to be as real as possible, as safely transparent as possible. And by safely, I mean, I'm giving away a lot of information here. This is my real life. This is not for show. And I'm saying but this is our real life. My girl is a large part of this. We're in this together. We're doing all this together. And so, she's okay with the transparency. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't go too far. But we're both in agreement that a lot of the things that I talk about here, they're necessary because when you look up certain things, when you look for certain videos about certain topics, rarely do you see the 100% real. Often things are sugar coated. Often there is, like, as people say, people have their representative out front. So I like to be as authentic as possible, as real as possible, and to show people that everything is not as glamorous as it might seem. So this is not going to be long. This is just an update, rather, to show you guys kind of how things are going. We moved out of her aunt's home officially today. We slept here last night. We're only going to be here 6 days, right? And again, like, even me saying that is showing how real it is trying to really get on your feet and get stable out here. So a quick recap: we were downtown in a high rise for 2 months. That rent was $4,000. If you ask the question of why the hell would you do that, it's because we both figured that it wouldn't take so long. We both have bachelor's degrees in what we do. We definitely didn't think it would take so long to get situated, not to get wealthy, but to get situated and stable, get out here, get a job, get an apartment, all of those things, get stable. Neither of us got a job until the end of March, I want to say. She got a job 2 weeks before me. And both of us were working at Sprouts at the time. I'm still at Sprouts. She's at Monos, luxury luggage brand. And she makes a great deal more money than what she was making at Sprouts. And we're both in a leadership role now. I stuck it out at Sprouts, and now I am the assistant grocery department manager, and she is a lead at Monos. So things are still getting better. It just took a whole lot longer than we thought it would take. So 2 months there, that was too expensive. And so we went and stayed with her aunt and cousin in Mid-City. And that was from basically the 1st of March to last night. Again, we got half of our stuff out last night. We stayed here last night. And then today we went back and got the other half of our stuff. Some things are in storage. So now we have 2 storage units. We got one in Houston and one here. And so we're going to be here for 6 days, and then we're going to figure out what's next after that. But we're doing everything in our power to not go back to Houston. Because again, like I said, everything else for us is going well. I'm second assistant director on a film right now. We both got leadership roles. Like I said, that's something that we've been going for. That's been important to us, to stop taking the low-hanging fruit when it comes to jobs. Stop getting jobs where I'm simply just a cashier and that's it. Like, no, we're both in leadership now. So that's going to look great on resumes. That's going to play well as we continue to move forward. So everything else is going great. It's just this living situation. It is tough to get situated in LA, and I did not think it would be so much so. So again, this wasn't supposed to be long. I just want to show you guys real quick what this Airbnb looks like. If this was our apartment, I wouldn't even be mad. It's small, but it's cool. It's real chill. But let me do the video real fast. All right, so where I'm starting at is the front door. We don't use this door, and I'll explain why in a second. But from the front door, got a television here. We got, I had to set my game up. I'm a gamer for life, man. So couch area, dining area, kitchen. I mean, this is pretty much the front room. Simple. There's Aries being lazy like always. Here's the restroom. Nothing too crazy at all. And then the bedroom area. Again, nothing too crazy. So the reason that we don't use the front door is because there's a garage, and this Airbnb, you get one parking spot. So here's outside, and this is in Inglewood, by the way. It turned out to be a beautiful evening. It's been raining for the last couple of days, but wow, that's real cloudy. Anyway, so yeah, so you go that way. Actually, this is the garage, the back side of it. So you go that way and go in. There's a door right on that side, and so that unit next to us has a spot, and then this unit has a spot. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, so that's why we don't use the front door. Also, people who are moving, stop buying boxes. This is the best thing you could ever do, right? Especially for somebody who moves a lot like I have been lately. Buying, and also for storage, like when you have these, I mean, I want to say these were like somewhere between $6 and $10 a piece. But when you have these, when you empty them out, of course, you can stack them into themselves and it'll just take up a small space somewhere. But these are fantastic for packing. I had those, these two here, I've had those for years. But why am I holding the camera sideways? I had those for years. But after so long of stacking, the tops of those have kind of caved in a bit. So, well, not those two in particular, but I got like 3 more. The tops have caved in. These are a lot more rugged. I mean, I think I like those better because I can see what's in them. But I mean, you could always label those. So anyway, yeah, I mean, this is it. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad if this was the apartment. I think this is also the next unit. They got this little, so we be trying to be chill, not be too loud. But again, I would not be angry if this was our new spot. I mean, it's just us. We really want a 2-bed, 1-bath because, like I said, we still got a lot of stuff left in Houston. Destiny, per usual, my favorite game right now. Anyway, so yeah, back to what I was talking about. All right, so again, like I was saying, we still got a lot of stuff left in Houston. I got 2 TVs. In storage in Houston. I have my bicycle in storage in Houston. She's got a lot of awards from her, various speaking, the championship and all the other things that she's done and received awards for. So we have a lot of things in Houston that we need to get out here. And I was going to do that in January, but if we're not settled by then I'm not going to worry about it. I still have to go to Houston in January anyway, but I'm not going to worry about emptying out the Houston storage until we're stable. And I'm not even talking about an Airbnb because that's what we're trying to do for now. Because we see now how difficult it is to get an apartment. Because I feel like modern day redlining is taking place out here right now. Because if you don't have a 650 credit score, a lot of these places are not letting you in, even if you have the income. A lot of these places are not letting you in without a 650, and that's nuts, man. Most of the time I was in Houston, I didn't have a 650. You know what I'm saying? And so I had several apartments in Houston without a cosigner. But out here, I think that certain areas are doing that on purpose to keep certain people out because they know a lot of us don't have good credit. We might be out here making some decent cash, but a lot of us don't have good credit. So you go to apply for places in Hollywood, outskirts of Beverly Hills and places like that, and they're turning you away because you don't have the credit. But I had a thought last night. I was like, I wonder, since Inglewood is a lot more of us than, whatever else. I'm wondering if Inglewood is going to have those same stipulations. Because I know a lot of people in the films that I've been working on, a lot of those people are saying that they live in Inglewood. So I think that that's something that we should try. But I also think we're probably going to just do another long-term Airbnb, not $4,000 this time, maybe around like the 2,500 mark. We can do that easy. And do that for like a year. And during that time, work on our credit so that when we get out of there, we can go and stay where we want to stay. Because what we really want to stay at is a place called Lumina in Hollywood. It's so nice, man. But we'll see, because at this point, she works, like I said, she works in Venice. And Hollywood to Venice? Like, nah. Most days she goes to work at like 10 or 11. So we're getting close to rush hour traffic. If you're trying to go from Hollywood to Venice, because Lumina is on Sunset Boulevard. Like, it's smack dab in the middle of Hollywood. So if you're trying to come from there to Venice, that's going to take an hour and a half, which means that it's just too much of a hassle. Let's just say that. So yeah, right now we're just kind of going through the motions. One of the most important things for us is sticking together. And at some point it's got to work out. It's got to work out. I don't know how religious any of you are, but we are both firm believers in God and trusting God and, believing that God has your best interest at heart. So we just feel like if we keep pushing, keep working, keep trying, it's going to work out. And then also, like I've been saying, I've been telling, my friends this, and I don't feel like God would have elevated us as much as he has in LA in order for us to not be able to find anywhere to live and either end up on the street or have to go back to Houston. I refuse to believe that. You know what I mean? I feel like if that was the case, he would have never let us leave Houston. If that was the case, he wouldn't have allowed us to get these leadership roles at our jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, too much other stuff has worked out for me to believe that he's going to abandon us now and we don't have any options. So I think everything's going to be okay. I think it's going to work out. It's just, it's scary when you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, when you don't know specifically how. But that's where faith comes in it. You got to trust, you got to believe. What is it? The substance of things not hoped. Oh, substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen, I think is how it goes. I've been in church all my life. There's no way I should even question how that goes. But again, I just wanted to show y'all kind of what it's looking like right now. I'm probably going to go ahead and end this freaking vlog after this part, because I've got like 3 talking segments in this vlog totaling probably 30, 40 minutes or so, spanning from like, I don't know, June or July to now. Terrible work. So yeah, this is probably gonna be it. And I'm gonna start another one after this and talk about who knows what. But that's where we are right now. That's just an update on what's happening. Of course, I'm gonna keep y'all in the loop. Monday actually is when we have to leave this place. So I'll probably start a new episode or a new video on Monday. But y'all be blessed. I will see y'all next time.